orienteering friends, welcome to another orienteering run recording. This time it's kind of a training in Hostivice. It was how to characterize it. It was a long run, I would say, at least in my category. There was even a longer track. Mine was only 8 kilometers, the longer one was 11. And it's partly in this, it's a town, so we were running inside the town and then around nearby ponds where are a little bit of forest. So it was mostly about just running and choosing the right path, let's say. So here to the first control, that was a really long leg. I choose to run as close to the straight line as possible, well, you see now it's just going through the streets. There is not much to say about it. I saw a guy who chose a little bit different path than I did. He was going this street all the way to its end, and then in between those houses I decided to go to the left on next junction, and then on the main road, cross the main road, and then through that small park. So you will see that later. I will just make it faster now. So here I'm crossing that park and then just going along the streets, and there was one maybe decision point. I will get to it shortly. I will speed it up again this time. So here I was hesitating if I should go some in those houses. I wasn't sure. I hesitated, so then I decided to go straight and around those houses. You're probably not seeing me, but I should appear shortly. I think I could gain a couple seconds if I would go straight and through the houses, I guess. But yeah, I think that was kind of a moment where I was hesitant, and that was like small mistake. Now the control is basically at the end of this greenish vegetation. You know, it's just a small slope that is filled with some kind of bushes. And next there was again two possible choices. Either go further around this whole field, Actually, on my map, the field that you see was like a forbidden area. So we had to go either all around and then um, along the railway track, or go as the way I go through the streets. So I think it's pretty obvious where I will run. Basically through the streets up until control number 2, so I will just speed it up, or you can skip it. So the guys who would choose to run along the railway track, they would come from my right. Maybe it was a little bit, it could be faster because you just went, it was, you just kept your flow, let's say, you know, you just continued from control 1 straight, and whereas I had to turn back and then go through the streets. Control number 3, that was easy, just, you know, through this park, and the control was at one of the bushes near the pond. So there was basically no choice. Here, this was again a longer leg to control number 4. I guess I could have gone either, again, this field that was like a protected or forbidden area. I was not supposed to run through this meadow, so I had to go either left and then right along that field, or I could go the way I'm going, so along that field and then along the main street. So again, there is not much else, I would say, so I will just speed it up. Now I'm closing to control number 4, which is somewhere in the middle of this street. From what I saw, there was one choice where people were like going back from this control, whereas I just followed along this street and then around this whole block, and the other people went back and then through the houses and basically straight into the forest. I think that was I think it was maybe a little better choice than I did, because as you will see, I ran all like into the forest, and then I was looking for those small paths to get to control number 5. Probably if I would go, let's say, from the left, it would be maybe a little bit faster, or maybe a little bit straightforward, I don't know. So here, I guess nothing really else I would add. So let's speed it up. As you saw, there were like even parts that are not in the map, so even smaller, where people go out with their dogs, you know. So it was a little bit distracting or, you know, confusing, but at the end it wasn't too difficult to find this control. Now to control number 6, that was basically like take a bearing and try to keep it. I also was trying to keep my elevation because I saw that the control is basically just one contour above, so I think I managed it pretty well. And also this was an easy, you know, there were a lot of paths and I saw people running around, so it wasn't too difficult to find the control. Now to control number 7, that was again very straightforward, just run along the bigger paths basically. And yeah, I at some point I felt temptation to, you know, go straight and to cross the stream. Good that I didn't do that, because the stream was in very deep and narrow gully, so it would be difficult to, you know, climb up again. So let's speed it up a little bit. Now here the control was basically visible from the path, so that was easy. Now here comes probably the only mistake I did, and this mistake cost me a lot of time and a lot of positions in the final results. I can't really explain what happened here. At first I think I ran well. I took my time to take the proper bearing. I was also thinking how to attack the control, how to approach it, and at first I thought that I will go straight and then try to hit that small path, you know, but I didn't really saw this fence here anyway, and probably here I kind of lost my direction, so I didn't hit the path. And when I saw the vegetation there, I decided to go around, and here I lost the, I think here I lost the orientation. You know, the map was so big that I didn't saw the, and there were a lot of blue areas, and I didn't saw the south-north lanes, and I because I had the map folded, I didn't know where is the north, and now I was going along this path, which was more like to the west, and the control is more like, you know, southwest, let's say. Now I realize that I'm wrong, because this is a big path and I wanted to be on a small path. So I turned back, and I was, you know, I was trying to. Now I realized that I don't see those high voltage wires, electrical. So I decided to go back, and because I had my map wrongly oriented, I just follow this street, not street, this big path in this direction, but somewhere here I realized this is the direction I came from, this is not the pond I want to be. So again, this was like, you see, maybe 2-3 minutes here, and I'm checking the map, and here I finally, you know, try to look where is the north, what, how the map is oriented, which way I should go. So yeah, here I got very distracted, very confused, and I did that mistake when you lose your sense for the north, let's say. Now I finally hit at least this smaller path, which was, you know, barely visible, but finally got to it. Finally, I think I knew at least a little bit where am I. So that was good. But still, I was not very confident where am I. So now, basically what happened, I overshot here. So, and I think I think that I wasn't sure that I'm on this small path that came from the bigger, let's say, road. So yeah, my entry, I wasn't sure about my entry point into this area. So now, of course, I was kind of lost and didn't know exactly where am I. So I totally ignored this erosion gully that was on my left, which would take me to Control 8. Instead, I was looking for another junction, or what was it, let's say. I was looking for some kind of small path that I would see from the left. And here I was like, this doesn't seem right. Also, my map basically ended somewhere, not even here, even earlier. On my map I didn't have this stream, so this was confusing already. And I continued, and I was like, here is some field and I don't see the map, so I must be too far. You know, now I'm confused, uncertain. Where am I? I saw the wires on my left, but I didn't saw any path coming from the left, so that was for me very confusing. And then I was thinking I must be out of the map, which I was, and I decided to go back. But you know, you see, I'm standing here, don't know what to do. So this was a big mistake here. I lost like maybe 6, maybe 7 minutes here at least. You know, how long is it? I'm standing here like 15-20 seconds, you know. Come on. I would hit myself. And I'm continuing. Look at it. I'm continuing totally in a wrong direction, but I should soon go back. Go back, you moron. Okay, finally I'm going back, and let's see. I think I wasn't sure where am I still. I was just sure that I'm out of the map that I had. You know, here you have the whole map, but my map was divided to the front page and the back page, so I wasn't sure about it. But now I decided, hey, you have to look for this erosion gully, and when you will find it, when you will see it, you will see the control. I could have gone to the right, probably already here, but I wouldn't hit it. I had no anchor point, let's say. But now I see this small erosion gully, and that was it. That was what helped me to really catch up again. But here I basically lost the race, let's say. I wouldn't probably catch the fast runners. I'm not that fast runner, but I could get better by like 6 places maybe. So yeah, now to control 9, that I think that was kind of easy. I went back, and then after, at the corner of this pond, I knew that I have to find this little hill, just like, I think it's just man-made not boulder, like, when they dig out the ponds, they will leave it at the end, maybe. That's how it appeared there. It doesn't seem really natural. Here I'm already looking how to cross to that part. It's probably during spring and summer, when the vegetation is grown up, we wouldn't be able to navigate through all these bushes and fallen trees and this, rubbish. Not rubbish, it's just not maintained forest. But to get to the control, that was easy, like that was fine. Also now to control 10, that's basically the same control and as control 6. So this wasn't very difficult either. I basically followed the path and then straight to the control. So I will just speed it up now. Now the interesting part here was whether you would attack control 11 like from the right side or from the left side, because the pond itself is pretty big, and to me it seems that the roads were similar from the left or from the right. At the end I chose to go to the right. That seemed more like shorter to me, let's say. But it was a long run, so I will again speed it up, because I'm basically going around this pond and that's it. So here I'm closing to the control. During this time it's not very easy to distinguish what is the light green forest and which is the white forest, so I wasn't very sure about when to cross, when to start crossing to the left. So now I finally started looking left, and now I probably saw this path to the right, and I decided to go to the control. Yeah, so here I wasn't very sure what kind of feature is it. It's appeared to be some small depression. Probably there was some kind of a structure in the past, but now it's gone. So yeah, I overshot it. It wasn't straightforward. I probably lost a couple seconds here, but I didn't consider it as a big mistake, you know. Now to control 12, I basically follow this part, very slightly visible path. There was one more control as a distraction here for us, but yeah, it already felt that it's too soon, and I also finally read the descriptions, so then I just continued and found it pretty easily. It wasn't difficult. There were other people, but of course you see I lost like 5 maybe 10 seconds. Again, to number 13, no, this not to this. So number 13, that was like, that wasn't difficult, I would say. I just took a bearing and executed, I would say executed pretty well on this control. It was a little bit difficult to run through the forest, but not that difficult. And yeah, I was getting tired by this time, I would say. I mean, I was pushing it as much as I could, but probably I'm not in a super form. Now to control 14, again you have choice to go from the left side or from the right side. Again, I've chosen to go from the right. I'm not sure if this was faster or not. To me it seemed, you know, like lighter, easier, so I went this way and then through the forest basically. Again, you see that my GPS is a little bit off, I would say, because I was running on that path, and now it's accurate, maybe not, I don't know. I think I'm more to the right than it is on the map. So yeah, number 14, very clear and visible control. Nothing else to say. Control 15, I wanted to go along the path that is right behind this bridge, but somehow I missed it. I don't know why. I don't know what I was doing. And so now I decided to go through the forest, like following that guy, and although I think he was going to control number 11, whereas I'm going to control 15. Now yeah, here I guess we can speed it up. So for the most part then I was trying to get to the path near the pond, and then I don't know why here I started to go to the left, and I think that, yeah, I think my GPS is off because the control is here, and it wasn't this the depression. This was the control 15, and now I'm already heading to control 16, you know. So here again, my GPS is slightly off, and to control 16, again, it's just going along the paths, so I knew where to go. I was already at that path before, so I will just speed it up now. Here I started thinking of going straight. Maybe a good luck. I kind of nailed the position and ended up right in front of the control. Basically, the control is in front of me on top of this small slope. I just had I was expecting that the control would be at this stone, but it was actually on the top. There is I don't know how you call this, you know, the old tree, the trunk, the rest of the trunk. So yeah, this was, I would say, good execution. Now again, to control number 17, mostly along the road, there is no choice whatsoever, so I will speed it up. As you can see, I'm closing to the control. Here I only checked the description if the control is down or up. This rock formation. It wasn't a rock, you know, it's kind of a rocky slope or a rocky wall, rock wall. And here to number 18, again, I wouldn't say, I don't think there is another choice. You just run around this hill. You need to cross the stream. I was thinking maybe I could cross it here or there, but then I saw the vegetation and I was like, well, it will be easier to go around. In my case, it wouldn't be a big difference, you know. So yeah, I will kind of speed it up again. Yeah, now I'm getting to the control straight, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't difficult. This was easy again. The whole training was from the orienteering point. It was easy. I don't know what happened with me to control 8. Loss of confidence and some kind of bad choice at that point, but then all the other controls were very simple to navigate to. So again, here I have nothing to say, you know. You see all that greenish area, like swampy, and so you go around. I wouldn't choose to go through that forest. It would be much more difficult than just taking the longer road along this road. So I will speed it up again. So here, yes, I saw that the track goes to the right. I wasn't sure what this control is supposed to be because it wasn't very clear from the map, and the vegetation, you know, at this stage, at this season, is kind of it's not really grown up. Yeah, So here again we have a route choice to number 20. I could go around that point from the left, or I could go from the right. So again, I chose the right. I don't know why. Now when I'm looking, maybe if I would go from the left, it would be slightly shorter, I guess. Maybe 100, maybe 200 meters. But for me, at some point when I was deciding, it seemed that from the right it would be better. So let me speed it up, because this is just pure running along the road. Here I was thinking that I would go to the left, somewhere here. Yeah. But for some reason I decided, at this point it seemed to me that going to the left through the fields, etc., it felt like it would be longer than going through the right. So I decided to go from the right side along this point. And I will speed it up a little bit now. I'm sorry that the live logs is kind of screwing up the. You haven't seen how I ran basically, but it was mostly paths and it was very easy to find. Here again, I'm trying to avoid all that bushy areas that look sketchy, so I'm going around and then cutting it here around it. I wasn't at this point I wasn't super sure what it is. I thought that I will find the control here, but then I saw the wall across the stream, so I knew that I have to cross this small bridge, and sure enough, here was the control. Again, it was pretty easy to find, and here to get to the finish and to the last control, it was again quite simple. Fortunately, there was this path. Either you could go you could go this path, or maybe around the stream. That was not possible, so only this was the correct way to go, and now I'm just finishing. So overall this was more like a cross-country run with a little bit of orienteering. I don't know what to say about number 8 more. It was some kind of hiccup in my case, total loss of orientation, and other than that it was fine. I mean, I like running, so for me it was somewhat enjoyable, although, you know, at the end I already felt pretty exhausted. But yeah, I took it as a training, so it was fine. And so hope you enjoyed, and see you at my next run. Bye.